Hola tribe. It is story time and medicine. So today is the day of giving thanks. You know, every day is the day of giving thanks. However, I love hearing that we in the States, right? Because I think we're the only ones that celebrate it. It's a day of giving thanks. And not everyone would want to associate today with thanks, right? There's people that hold pain around today. And that is okay. We are all welcome to do whatever it is we choose. Yet, it's all about perspective. So, those that hold pain around the association of this day have the choice to perceive it differently. And in doing so, must align themselves with the healing nature of what that is, right? So it's true of anything. It's true of anything. We choose to either carry our pain or let it go. I know this all too well, and I know that everyone else that is probably watching this has some level of knowing this all too well as well. So as we step into today, let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see what our story time has to say. As always, welcome to the House of Kai. If you enjoy the readings, please like, share, and subscribe. So these are my oracle readings with energetic medicine and physical movements, things that you may utilize as tools to help you heal any blockages and roadblocks that are in your way of aligning yourself with the vibration of the day, or ways in which to bring yourself into alignment with the vibration of the day. And so that's how I look at the story time, right? Because that's all these oracle cards are, story time. They're, people can, again, anything can have a negative association. You choose. You choose. What story do you hold on to? So, on that note, shuffling up the Earth Warrior cards, and we will see, what is it that the collective, what medicine can the collective drink in today? What is it? What is it? What is it? All right. All right. Whew. Man, oh man. Wow. Interesting. Polar opposite energies is what I'm drinking in here. And we have Hi Aka, I'm probably pronouncing it wrong and I do apologize. Sorceress of Light. Right, Sorceress of Light. And then on the flip side over here, we have Mama Quilla, Mandala of the Moon. And so these are actually very much opposing energies. Yet I really love, if you look at the arms of the Moon card, they seem to have the same colors and reflection of that which is surrounding the owl in this card over here. And so the reason I see them, we have like a sun energy and a moon energy. And the moon's light is only that which reflects of the sun. So any energy that you get from the moon really is that which the sun has offered it, right? So understanding the energy of the moon is to understand that which the sun has offered it, right? So realizing that, I recently was engaging with someone and they were speaking how the moon was a liar, right? I loved it. They were just explaining to me that the moon was a liar and that they didn't trust the moon. And I thought it was such an interesting dynamic. I was so shocked to hear it. And as I looked at the moon, it was as if I got to perceive it through their eyes. And I could see that there was this energy dancing off the moon. And I could see where they could perceive that as a liar, because there was it just looks like emotional body. And being feminine, and they were masculine, I could see that it was an emotional energy, dancing light. It was dancing light on the moon. And you know, when you look at a gas grill, there's an energy that dances on it, right? And if you try to follow or track the energy lines, you might get carried away somewhere. You might lose track. You might get attached to something that's not meant to be attached to. Emotions are meant to flow and move, right? And so in seeing this, very much this, well, I'll tell you what, the sorceress of light here is really reflecting multitudes of layers of sun and power and fire. There are 2 volcanoes at either side of her with this all-knowing owl, right, coming through. And it's this, oh, she even has the shell earrings, okay? She even has shell earrings here. Just so powerful, so powerful. And so, the sun, the knowing energy, right? Standing in a knowing. However, the mandala of the moon is like the translation of that knowing. Because it is one thing to have a knowing, it is another to allow that knowing to move through your physical body, right? Because you are water, you are fluid. And in that fluidness, there's gonna be triggers, there's gonna be stories, there's gonna be a dance of energy, right? Yeah. If the only information and data that came to us was that of pure sunlight, let me tell you what, you would pray. You would pray for the softness of the moon. You would pray for the dance of that energy, because the fierceness of that sunlight would crush you. The moon's energy is what offers the compassionate dance, right? It offers the flowing waters to take place. And if we only had moonlight, right? If we only had moonlight, we would often get more, I think, stuck in the emotional line, you know, not having the pure sunlight to purify us, to heat up our bones, to assist us in the movement of it all. So isn't it interesting? There's a beautiful dance happening today of this, you know, I like to say masculine and feminine, yet androgyny, right? Because we are all masculine and feminine. And so realizing that there's a dance within us of the balance of the two. There is the sun and the moon energy that is being called out today. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? Yeah. Can we find the harmony? Whew. You know, in the deck itself, there are many different female energies that present themselves. It's not just one face, but some of the faces mimic each other, which tells you it's almost like a storyline of that face, right? Looking at even the cover of the cover of the deck shows me that there's, you know, a few different faces. These images, interestingly enough, are the same female. It is the same female reflecting both the masculine and feminine energies here. And I really do love that as the female has her arms open, she is drinking in that vibration of the sun and allowing it to move through the mandala of her being. And many of you who watch me see that image right here, right? This really is the mandala of our being. This right there is the grid of our structural body. And so when light passes through our grid, it will highlight where our emotions are. It will highlight where we're stuck and where we have fluidity. So I love that. You know, and even in this image, you can see like, okay, well, if these lines, if that pure metal piece is where the energy moves through, then all that space in between is the emotional piece, right? So dancing within the two. That's what I'm seeing here, this beautiful reflectional dance of masculine and feminine within ourselves. And can we balance them out? Can we balance them out? Woo! Yeah. I personally am seeing where I have limited myself in my balance, where I have sabotaged myself in my balance. Too emotional, too fiery, you know what I mean? Like, too feminine, too masculine. And learning, right? Learning to find the in-between. Learning to dance it. Learning to dance it. All right. So I have been shuffling the other deck of cards. Oh, interesting. I've been shuffling and shuffling, and one of the cards had already been left out. So I'm just going to reshuffle that in. If it's meant to be ours, it will be ours. And this is the Sacred Earth Oracle. So let's see what these guys got to say today. Let's see. Wow. So again, I'm being called to two different cards, and it's so interesting because it is the dance. It is two very much sun and moon. Very much sun and moon. So stretch, right? Reaching beyond our comfort zones, right? Very sun-like energy. It's all those energy lines coming out of her. It's like an expression of who she is, right? Very sun-like energy. Stretch beyond, bring your rays out even further than where we currently are. And then ready but waiting, right? So very moon energy. Like I said, the moon does not give light. She's a reflection of light. So can we stretch beyond our comfort zones, yet hold true to the essence of ourselves? Can we clear out this structural grid within our body so that as we expand the light within ourselves, we hold true to our essence, this beautiful dove in her hands, the peace, right? Ooh, interesting. So we are in a time of giving thanks and balancing and coming into harmony with ourselves, right? Can we come into a harmony within ourselves versus believing there needs to be something outside of ourselves? We are the sun and the moon. To deny one is to deny ourselves. Think about that, okay? We are at a time of androgynous. We are the sun and the moon. To deny your sunlight or to deny the fact that you are the reflection of that sunlight is to deny who you are as a being. It is the two that come together that brings us into an internal harmony. Wow. As always, you know, right now the medicine coming through is I just feel like I need to shake. And so how do I come into an internal harmony is shaking a whole big bunch. And what people do, people will start to shake and they do like this like dance thing, you know, they make it very rigid. And when I talk shaking, I want you to shake so much that your muscles and connective tissue start to feel like they're jiggling off the bone. In fact, if you don't like, okay, there's a very deep egoic issue that comes up with that. People don't like feeling like fat shake off their body, or they don't like feeling that skin feeling moving. However, that's how your structural body is meant to be. Your muscles are not meant to be adhered to the bone of their body. They're meant to glide on the body. And so if you're shaking and your muscle tissue is adhered to the bone, shake more. Shake more. That just tells me that you're holding, you know, not just karmic energy, you're holding toxins underneath that. That's supporting your muscles being held tight to the bone. So shake so ferociously, that you can actually get the muscles to jiggle and soften from the bone. They're not meant to be adhered to it. You can still have unbelievable muscle definition without having your connective tissues and muscles adhered to the bone. Yeah, you can. So that right there is the balance of the masculine and feminine energy, right? So I working within the health and wellness industry, you see a lot of different people, and people think that, look at my muscles, right? Look at how built I am, how buff I am, how firm I am, and they think that's a sign of health. However, I know many, many people who are in the health industry that appear to be really healthy, yet they themselves don't do anything to support that other than work out at a gym, right? They drink a lot of chemically based protein shakes or eat to support what they believe is supporting their muscles, you know what I mean? Because they were told they need so many carbs, so many proteins, but they're not eating, they're eating hormone based stuff or chemically based stuff. So don't be fooled by simple appearances. Own and know that what you do for you, right? Own and know that what you do for you. Yeah, and know that that's all part of it. That's the balance. That's the balance of the two. Okay, so let's see. I am just kind of smiling as I have a little bee in my house right now. I have a bee in my house that I attempted to help that little bee leave, and he wasn't having it. Got him on the card like 5, 6 different times, this little postcard, and each and every time I was just about to get him back out the window, he flew off and he was like, nah, I got it myself. Man, I know that behavior all too well. I as well am in this place of surrendering to realizing that I can't do it all by myself, nor was I ever doing it all by myself. I was never doing it all by myself. That was my ego thinking I was doing it all by myself. I had a huge support team in order to achieve that which I've achieved in my life. And as I move forward, I only wish to honor them. Those are the beings that have brought me thus far, and I wish to only improve my wellness and my health and give back, because we wouldn't be here without all of them, right? That's how it works. All right, and Ganusha, what does Ganusha have to say today? Ooh, Ganusha. Oh, protection, right? I would agree with this, that, you know, as we step into these energies, I know for myself, why do we go all fiery, or why do we go all emotional? There's a defense in that. It's easier for us to claim this flag or that flag versus actually dance in the middle of it all. Excuse me. So standing in a place of protection, knowing that it is okay. It is okay for us to dance in the middle of this male-female energy, the moon and sun energy, and own that which is ourselves, right? That we are protected in that. I do believe that what happens is we go to one extreme or the other because we feel safe there. Yet can we do that which feels unsafe and know that we are protected? Wow. Now that's something to give thanks for. Knowing that we ourselves are protected as we move forward. We are guarded. We are cared for. Yeah. And because I've been pulling 2 cards so far, I decided to pull a second card. I've seemed right, and it's wholeness, right? Heart chakra. That is why we're doing all of this. Coming into wholeness, coming into our own purity of our heart. right? And so isn't it nice to know that we have protection? Because the truth is we're afraid. We are afraid to come into wholeness of oneself because it feels unsafe. And it's not something we've really ever done before. Where we are right now on this time-space continuum, where we are right now on this earthly plane, in this time-space continuum, we've never done what we're doing. Never done what we're doing. We are doing something completely different than we've ever done before, and we're dancing in it. We're dancing in it, and we're realizing that either extreme doesn't work. Doing all it one way, doing it all at the other way doesn't work. So what does work? And, you know, I know myself, I do not wish to, I have a thing about, you know, messing up or failure. And really, we are in a time of it's okay to get messy. It's okay to get messy. Simply balance yourself back out again. Simply allow yourself to dance in the dance and realize that maybe you stepped on someone's toes, or maybe you tripped, or maybe you decided not to dance that dance. You know, whatever it is, don't judge it. Just know that is what you chose in that moment and that you can choose differently. Right? We always have the opportunity to choose differently. What a gift, right? No creation is a failed creation, and no choice is the last choice. There will always be options and opportunities, right? So to realize that the dance itself is standing in the center and in the middle, you know? Having the ability to choose that which is for our highest and best good. And I apologize, I want to make sure that was heard because I softened on that, but choosing that which is in our highest and best good. Oh, this is so interesting. As I look down, this bee is just staring at me. Right? He's just chilling out, heading towards the cards, looking right at me. Maybe he'll let me help him out the house. Put a prayer in, guys. Maybe he'll let me help him out the house. Good. All right. So, today's energy. Ooh. Yeah. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that interesting? What do you have for me, guys? What do you have for me? Huh. Whew. Wow. Fertility and initiation. And again, balancing out this masculine and feminine energy, we have the fertility of it's very much like a Kuan Yin, a pregnant Kuan Yin. And the beings around her always make me feel like she's being guarded, right? That she is protected and she is pouring out, that's the reason she reminds me of Kuan Yin, is that she's pouring out a bottle of water and it has the yin yang symbol on it. And so again, it's all about the balance, right? Balancing the masculine and feminine energies. And what I really love about these two cards is neither one is all fire or all moon, right? They're the balance of the two. And so this fertility card, she herself is this feminine energy, and all around her is this fire, right? Like this fiery movement is all around her, but she herself holds more of the emotional feminine. So this is like the integration here. And then initiation, which, if, forgive me, my sacred geometry, I believe this is a dodecahedron, right here, dodecahedron, which is an energy field that actually surrounds our body. And isn't it, I love this, there's all this fire surrounding the tree, and the tree itself is actually very much a, you know, at this moment in time, my interpretation is that is it a tree within the fall, right? It looks like the leaves are falling off. However, I am certain that I could see this in another realm of like those are little buds on the tree. Yet, however, right now I'm very much feeling like the fall, that fall energy, and it's more in this like evening hours, right? So there's no sun shining on this tree, but it's the light of the earth coming back up again. And so these two cards are telling me that we're stepping into our initiation of our harmonic balance of oneself, of the masculine and feminine energies, the fire and the water, coming into a unity of oneself. The two halves of the body coming together, the upper and lower, right? So the medicine I would recommend today is a whole bunch of shaking, right? You can't even, I can see myself shaking, I can feel myself shaking, but you yourself might not be able to acknowledge and realize that I am shaking a whole big bunch right now. Just shaking. And in an ideal world, you shake internally. You're shaking from your bones. You're not just trying to shake the tissue. And I'm shaking my bones so much, as I mentioned before, that the tissue itself wants to, jiggle off the body. And that's what we want. As we shake, make sounds. Make all different toning, vibration, hard and heavy breaths, blah, stick the tongue out, whatever you need to do to move through energies that are blocking you from coming into an integration of self, an integration of wholeness. The other thing I believe I would do, and I keep seeing this visualization, is like, if squatting is a difficulty for you, then I would put my back against the wall, walk my feet out so that my knees are no further than my ankles. In an ideal world, your knees are no further than your ankles. You can just rest your back on the wall, or simply squatting. I'm seeing dropping into a squat and then coming up, pushing off your feet and reaching your arms up overhead and then coming back down again. So it's inhale, rising up, exhale, coming down. And so as you inhale, rising up, I want you to imagine that your feet are like suction cups, pulling energy from the earth energy, rising it all the way up, and then dropping it all the way down again. And allowing yourself to really work on doing this as many times as you can in order to achieve an upper and lower balancing of your body. Can you feel your lower body? Can you feel your upper body? Are you raising your shoulders to get you there? Or are you capable of keeping your center column a center column and allowing your extremities to move around that? And that's, the center column is more of the, I'm getting like the bones or like the moon energy, and you're creating a fire around it. And that is what we're looking to achieve, is this wholeness of upper and lower coming together. All right? And so again, after you do that a bunch of times, shake it on out. If you built up any tension or resistance somewhere, you just want to move through it again. Yeah. Good. Good. And I asked if there was anything else we needed to know, and I just grabbed another card here, and it's freedom. Freedom. Coming into wholeness of oneself is freedom. Being unattached to outcomes or beings or any of it is freedom. That's priceless. Your freedom, my freedom, priceless. Priceless. So, and freedom is different for everyone. Freedom is different for everyone. You get to identify what freedom feels like to you, right? Some people require freedom being in a relationship. Some people require freedom being not in a relationship. Some people deem freedom living off the earth and having no real job, you know what I mean? Like just hunter-gatherer kind of energy and creating things. I know a lot of people that do that live off the earth, and that's their freedom. I know other people that only have a sense of freedom when they work 40, 60 hours a week because it's regimented, and that allows them to feel like they have freedom, maybe based off of the money they make, or maybe based off of the structure, right? Some people find freedom in structure. Other people find freedom in complete unattachment to anything. Yours is yours. Yours is yours. Do not identify freedom by somebody else's perception of it. It is yours. And the only way to identify that is to become in balance with these energies, right? Your own inner sunshine and your own inner moonlight. Good. Thank you. I thank you for being here today. I hope that message was good for you. May you enjoy your loved ones. May you enjoy this day off, if that is what it is for you. May you celebrate you and all that you have and all those around you. And may you celebrate all your loved ones for being there with you throughout your journey. Thank you, tribe. Peace.